name is stupid anyway.
That's so bad to say. Okay. Hi everybody, this is When We Wanna Be. I'm here with my good friend Kallie.
Hi.
And we were talking for a really long time right before we started actually recording this.
Yeah.
But anyways, why don't you tell us what you do?
I'm a video game journalist, so I review games, I write news, talk about games, I occasionally play a game.
And who do you write for?
IGN.com.
I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a big deal. What's the first game that you've ever played?
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Genesis, which came out in 1992, which is before I was born.
Was Sonic the game that made you, like, love video games, though? Was your first game?
No.
Okay.
My favorite game of all time is Banjo-Kazooie.
Cool.
And I played that when it came out. I was 5. And it's still my favorite game of all time. I replay it. I try to replay it once a year.
That's cool. That's dedication.
I really love Banjo-Kazooie. I can't even explain. I love it so much.
I know that it might be difficult to explain, but why do you like games?
Oh my gosh. Obviously I like playing games, but I really enjoy talking about what games mean to people.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Me too.
Like I really value like the conversation around games. And that's what I enjoy about, like I'm really grateful that I'm involved in that directly,
right.
You know? I also really like just getting to accomplish something. Games are great because when everything in your life could be going wrong, and then you can dedicate yourself to a game and succeed.
Right.
And that's that one accomplishment that you needed to like get through your day.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Also, games are really calming. Like I know a lot of people don't like grinding in RPGs.
Yeah.
But I have anxiety, and I find grinding to be really calming.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
So I actually really like grinding.
Do you feel that people still sort of look down on games, though?
Oh yeah. So games teach you a lot about yourself too.
Yeah.
Like you know, playing an RPG where you can have like good versus evil, something like Coder or like Mass Effect or something.
Right.
Teaches you a lot about like, because like when I play those games, like I feel guilty if I do the evil option.
Yeah, me too.
I can't do dark side.
Me too. I'm a goody two shoes.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like that this is me making that choice in this world.
And not that there's anything wrong with people who go renegade or whatever, because like that's totally fun.
Right, it's fun. It's fun.
But like, you know, it helps me learn like, not so much like, am I a good person or not, but why do I have so much empathy towards this virtual person,
right?
Kind of thing. I think about that a lot. Money management is
a
big one.
Yeah, totally.
It's just practical skills, and then also like interpersonal skills. People think that gamers are really like antisocial or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, you learn a lot of interpersonal skills. Right.
It can teach you how to talk, how to interact with people.
Yeah.
It's really weird, but that's why I like it so much. Like
games do so much for me.
Yeah, me too. Do you have an opinion on the issue about like whether or not used games is a good thing?
There are people who just cannot afford to buy the new games every time. It's cheaper to buy a used game, and you have to remember that games have a very high barrier to entry for a lot of people.
Yes.
There is like a kind of a class barrier there, and we can't ignore that. Do
you have any opinions about copyright stuff for Let's Plays?
I think that whoever decides, the lawyers or the marketing people or whoever, the executives who decide whether or not to enforce copyright stuff with Let's Plays, should be aware of what type of game their game is. To the moon, maybe I would enforce copyright more on that, because I'd be like, you don't really have to, like, if you could watch this game and be satisfied, kind of thing.
Right.
But like, I'm not going to be satisfied just watching somebody play, you know, BioShock Infinite. You know, I want to play it myself.
Right.
So, in some cases it's free promotion, in some cases it's maybe not the smartest idea for financial security.
It's just that, like, I think what worries me is that it's gonna be hard convincing anybody, like, oh, it's the experience. The experience is different. 'Cause, like, it's a very, like, vague, like, untangible kind of thing.
Yeah. See, that's what's hard about games, and there's not a whole lot of scholarly literature.
Right.
I mean, people...
Because it's what we were talking about before, right? Like, it's still discounted as, like, this very casual, like, not valuable to society kind of thing.
You can study film in school, but there's no games department kind of thing. It's still the academia around games is still emerging.
So you've played a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of games would you like to see being put out on the market?
Games with more minority characters. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
I work with someone on the She Attack website who she was really excited about Broken Age because the main character is a woman of color, and she was like, finally a game where the character looks like me, you know. And I thought that's a pretty big deal. Like, when she gets excited about a game simply because it's the only game coming out that has a character that looks like her in it, like that's something's wrong.
It says something.
Something's wrong. I also want more variety in female characters. I think female characters come in two groups. There's the manly ladies, not manly like physically, but like they are, you know, unemotional or something. So things that are seen as not feminine qualities, which makes them like good females, you know. And then the decoration. I think language is really important. I think the words that you choose are very important. And so the conversation about sexy female video game characters shouldn't be about her boobs are too big, her butt's too big, her hips are too wide, and her waist is too small. It should be about, is she a complete person? Because if she's just a decoration, that's a problem. I think the conversation shouldn't be about her body parts are too inappropriate. It should be about, what was the intention when they created this character? Did they give her her own personality?
Right.
Did they make her any deeper beyond her, like, is she anything beyond the appearance? Because a male character, unless there's like satirical situations where like it's okay to have kind of like stupid characters that have no personality, but you really have to think, in your game, are your male characters full complete people, and are your female characters full complete? Because if your female characters aren't the same level of completeness that your male characters are, then that's a problem. That's a problem.
Okay, so we've been talking for a very long time. Thank you so much for listening to us. Please let us know what you think about all the things that we talked about. And Kallie, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this was so much fun.
So much fun.
So much fun.
We talked way too much.
We talked way too fucking much.
I think my voice is gonna be gone.
Yeah, me too. But it was worth it.
That was not on purpose.
Thank God we caught that on camera.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll leave a link to everything that she's talked about in the description, and hopefully in forms of annotations too. Yeah. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.